my I was going to just swivel my quilt. My quilt's in it.
Your quilt swiveled. Oh,
I'm back though. I just
okay. Right, we're finished messing about. We were too busy gassing before we
Yeah, we
started.
were.
That is what the problem was.
Hi.
So, hello, what have we all been up to? Nicola, you've had a little adventure on the sewing street.
Oh, it was fab. Fab. I can't believe it. You told me to do it. I was like, okay,
Well, it's all a
okay.
bit once bitten, twice shy, isn't it? After
Yeah. Well, yeah, it was. I've left it a long time. I did leave it a long time. But my word, thank you so much, everybody. I just sold out about 3 times. I had nothing left.
Excellent. That's what we like. That's what we like to hear.
Nothing left. It was so we were busy for about a week doing orders. We didn't finish until we were on the Monday and we didn't finish till the Friday. And it was like, whoo, but lovely. Lovely. And it's so nice there, isn't it?
Yeah, they're fab. They're just so lovely up there. Really, really nice. Yeah.
All the crew was so nice because I was really nervous, and and I had Vicky as my presenter, and she was amazing.
Yeah, I mean,
She-
they're all.
I think I've got Vicky tomorrow, actually.
Oh,
Pretty sure I've got Vicky tomorrow. I will do. Yeah.
tell her that I thought she was one of the best presenters.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, she was. Well, that in general. Yeah. I've not worked with anybody else that's like.
I was going to say, it's the best one you've ever had
Minute.
on Sewing Street.
Right, okay. Everything seems to be up and running. I've got lots of people coming in and saying hello.
Oh yeah, we
So
have.
that's hello
I got
to
the-
Marion, Liz, Fran, Carmen, Catherine. I've already said Fran. Fran's killing budgie cages at the minute. Agnes. Yes, so there's loads of people joining us. Welcome. If you haven't been before, welcome to Secret Sewing Club. It's generally chatting and stuff carry on with a bit of sewing somewhere, occasionally, mostly not for me. I'm pressing buttons. It's fine. And it's us three usually. So it's myself, Sarah who's up there, Nicola who's over there. It's like blankety blank, isn't it? Like,
Yeah.
you've got to remember you're back to front. So, like, as I'm looking at it, Nicola would be over there. But, oh, no, she's not. She's over there. You're always straight up, though. So that's... so, we know what Nicola's been up to. What have you been up to, Sarah?
What I've been up to, getting ready for Sewing Street tomorrow. I've been up to see you. I had a little trip up to your way last weekend, which was lovely.
And you've got the best weekend for weather, because yesterday was lovely. Today it's just tipped it down all day.
Oh, opposite for us. Yesterday was absolutely horrendous here, but today it's beautiful out there. So, but I came up to see you last weekend, which was lovely. Had a nice little weekend away, and then busy this week. I had Thursday off. I didn't work. I say I didn't work. I did work in the evening. I didn't work in the shop on Thursday because I went to see my son do high rocks, which is one of these like Iron Man type things. So I watched my son try to kill himself on Thursday. Honestly, he's super fit. He trains like every day. I mean, inside of a gym is his happy place. Whereas if I'm running, frankly, run as well because something's chasing me.
You just don't have to be the slowest if something's
Yeah, absolutely. So I did that on Thursday, which was good. Yesterday I went and bought a bed because we desperately needed a new bed. So I went to buy a new bed yesterday. So did that. Nice. And then today I've just been trying to get my demos ready for tomorrow, for Sewing Street tomorrow.
On Sewing Street tomorrow.
Oh, I've got the most amazing range of fabric called Earthview, which is been designed by an astronaut called Karen Nyberg. And you might have seen her all over Instagram and everything. She was actually stitching on the space station. She was trying to work out whether you could sew in space. And she did like this create a star block challenge and stuff, where she did a whole range of fabrics from photos from the space station. They're incredible. So I've got that on. I've got some brand new Sirdar. I've got some very cool floor cushions going on. So yeah, loads of stuff. Loads of stuff. And then we've got Malvern, like in 10 days' time. So yeah.
You're heading there just as I'm heading back.
Yes.
So
yeah.
So Hayley, what are you up to this week?
A little bit more glamorous than us.
Yeah, a little bit more glamorous.
It's work though.
It is work.
It is work. No, I'm going to H&H, which is a big trade fair in Chicago. So,
Lovely.
Busy, frantically running around at the minute, getting all the last bits and pieces together. So it's a little bit hectic, but it's all good. We're getting there. It's going to be fine. I've got all, as I said to you guys before we started, I've got all the must-haves. I'm now working on the bits which are the nice-to-haves. So yes, it's good. Well, we're getting there.
But you're adding a little bit of niceness at the end, though, aren't you?
Well, oh yeah, we are going on a little road trip after the work. Because if you're flying all that way, then
you might as well make a few days of it. Absolutely.
No. So I've got 4. I think we've got 4 days of work, and then 4, maybe 5 days not work, and then flying back takes a full day. So because you lose a day flying back.
I was stupid. We flew out. I worked. We flew home.
You're not doing it right then.
No.
What did you tell you the other day? You need to book a holiday, Mrs.
Yeah.
You need to actually stop. Book a holiday.
Yeah.
I'm quite quiet, but it seems all right on here. If anybody else thinks I'm quiet, let me know. But it's all showing fine on mine. Maybe you two are really loud.
I can't get any comments, so I'm going to actually try it on my phone.
I see some comments today, but I have to look over there with my goggles. Hi everyone. Afternoon, dinner all prepped, ready to finish at 4. That's from Heather. Hi all from Sue. Hello everyone.
You're doing a great job.
That's all I've got. I'm only on Facebook.
Oh, yeah, I'm on Facebook and I got no comments at all. I'm going to try on the phone.
It did that to me the other day.
I hardly hear Hayley. That's the only one.
Yeah, nobody else has mentioned it. Yeah, it's very quiet. Okay, well, I'll tell you what. Who's going first? And I'll go and see if I can work on that and see if I can improve it.
Nicola, whichever way she is.
Yeah, whichever way you think it is, it's the other way.
The opposite.
Is that right?
Yes. Okay, Mrs. Nicola, are you ready?
Eyes ready.
Okay, it's over to you. Bye-bye.
Thank you. And hello, everyone. So I started the May challenge. I know we're on the 3rd, but I started the May challenge on Friday. So I need to tell you about the May challenge. So I had a big U-turn with my May challenge. We had everything organised. I was having a new template, new this, new that. Then Sewing Street came along and you were all so fabulous and you all bought the 1 3/4 star and the hexagon set. So I had an about turn. So the May challenge is all about the 1 3/4 hexagon and all its playmates. So when I was on Sewing Street, everything's gone for a burden, never mind. I did this set of 6, which is the 1 3/4. Let me get myself organised here. Is the 1 3/4 in this box came the 1 3/4 hexagon, the 1 3/4 half hexagon. Now these are all quilt as you go. The 1 3/4 jewel, the 1 3/4 diamond, the 3.5 inch diamond because it works, and the 3.5 inch triangle, and it also had the pattern for the quilt behind me. So that was on Sewing Street, and it's available on Secret Sewing Club because it did sell. It sold out 3 times. Thank you very much, but it's available now. I also did just the set of 3 templates, which makes a hexagon. So that was on there, and that sold out as well. What wasn't on there was just the 2 templates required to make the bags, but I did have some bag kits. Now they all sold out, but when they sold out, I once I'd cut all the kits, I had a little bit left over. I mean, this bag sold out big time, but I had a little bit left over, so there are a couple of these left, but that's it. Once they're gone, they're gone. They're on the Sewing Street section of my website. But because that was so good, I've made a Liberty version as well. So that again is on my website. So that's there. Oh, there's so much to show you and so much to talk about. I don't think these girls are going to get a chance to come on, really. But I also, for the May challenge, I put together fat 8s work really well for the set of 6 templates because you don't need an awful lot. And the quilt behind me was made like was all scrap, but a fat 8 is amazing for the set of 6. So I put this amazing bundle of fabrics together. So I'm going to go to the overhead to show you. So there is always a plain and a print. So we've got a lovely spot with a plain. We've got in the red, we've got a pink gingham and pink, an orange gingham and orange, a lovely yellow stripe and yellow, green and a green, turquoise blue stripe. We've got a spot and a blue spot and then a gingham lilac. So that is that bundle of fabric. So that's on where are we? Secret Sewing Club. So that's on the section of Secret Sewing Club. I've also, because we need a few bits of plain, I've put together this fat quarter bundle of these lovely, really pale grey tones. So I'm going to just go to there and show you again. Now, I've only got limited number of these because these 2 fabrics are now out of print and we can't get any more. So once this is gone, this is gone. And this is Macawa's Essentials, and there's 4 different patterns. We've got the star, we've got a very ditzy spot, the heart, and the ditzy floral, or ditzy doodle, I think it's called. So that's that. Oh, it's so exciting. And then I launched on YouTube on Friday the May challenge, and I showed a bag that I made years ago, absolutely years ago, and it's bonkers. And when I found it, I was like, wow, that's really cool. I really like it. It's really bonkers fabric. And of course it's lined because it's Quilt as You Go, so it's bonkers inside as well. I said, oh, this is lovely. So when I came off air, as I do, I decided I've got so many lovely fabrics that would look great all together. So what did I do? I created a bundle of 44 different fabrics. So those are some of them. Well, they're all, but I can't get them all in the screen. Now these are all 6-inch squares, and why 6-inch squares? Because they work with all the 1 3/4 templates. So you're getting 44 squares of 6-inch. And why 44? Because you can actually make that bag with this. So you can have a reversible bag, back and front, with all of these fabrics. So I had great fun on Friday evening, choosing all these fabrics and trying to make them look really bonkers. And I think I worked. I think they're really cool. So they are the things I've got for you, especially to do with the May Challenge and especially the Secret Sewing Club. So we need to also tell you that I'm doing lots of projects, lots of videos, lots of free downloads during May to get you to make 1 quilt a day in May. Now, you might say, how can I do a quilt a day in May? Well, this is a quilt. This has, that's one that I've tacked, that's not very good. This is actually 1 quilt because you're making one quilt and then you join them all together to create a bigger project. So you can make one quilt a day in May. And a lot of you have done it already. We've got lots of photos going on at Daisy and Grace Quilters on Facebook. So we want you to get involved. Come and join us on Daisy and Grace Quilters on Facebook and post all your pictures of your makes that you're doing throughout May. By the end of May, you will have made 30, how many days in May? 30. Thank you, Hayley. 31 of these little quilts. Now, for one of these bags, you could make one of these because there's 28 hexagons and 4 diamonds. So you can do it. The diamonds are smaller, so you can do a couple of them. You could make a bag in a month just by doing one a day. But you don't have to do just one, you could do more. So I've been sewing like Billy over the last few days. But today's free download is going to go on the website later because we forgot to do it before we came on air. But it is going to be for this cute little 2 hexagons, so it doesn't take a lot to make. This cute little needle case that you can put your needles. So this is just a little free download with my little embroidery design. That's going on the website after the show today. That's today's little download. But keep on the website and you will see lots more coming throughout May, and there'll be lots on YouTube. So I've chatted a lot enough. Let's get some sewing done. So I'm using the little fat 1/8 bundles. Let's go this way. And I have cut out, because I want to show you pesky points. I'm doing a bit of hand sewing today. I've cut out the jewel. And then I'm going to show you why in a little while, because there's a future project coming with this. I've cut out the backing in the nice spotty green. I've cut out the wadding and the mane. So it's like every time we do this, I place the template back on top of the backing fabric. And this empty space is where we're going to put the wadding and the main fabric. Now that means that is dead center. And I'm going to put a couple of pins in, and then I can remove this backing template. So we take that off. Now I normally start on this edge, but you do you, whatever you want to sew first. And then we fold that over like that. And we're making that edge of the fabric meet the edge of that inner shape there. Then we're rolling it again and we're popping a clip in there. I turn that and I make sure that's finger pressed, and we're going to do the same on this edge. So we're coming up to this pesky point, and I call it a pesky point because the first time you do it, you're going to go, oh, Nicola, what have you done? It's so pesky. I can't do that. And I'm going to say, don't be silly. It's doable. This is also, this section is like a hexagon. So this corner self-miters on that corner. Let me see if I can. Oh, look, that's a bit better. A bit zoomy zoom on there. You can see that you've got a miter on the corner. And then I'm going to take some more clips and we're going to get to that pesky point. So I've finger pressed that down, and I'm going to make sure that that end is finger pressed down like that. I'm just going to throw a little clip in there just to keep it down while I turn it round. And we're going to do the same on this edge. So we're going to roll that to meet the inside shape and finger press that in place. Now we've got this, the point, but when we roll that over, uh-oh, if I move that out of the way, uh-oh, we've got a pesky point. Don't worry. What we do is we fold that over so that it meets that edge there. Finger press that. Then we've got a fold line to fold it in on itself. Fold it in. Hey presto. No pesky point. Let's put another clip, and then I am going to go to my other camera. Oh, there we go. Look at that. So you can see that lines up with the edge there, and that's no longer a pesky point. So we go back here, and then we're going to carry on. I'm going to remove that pin, and we're going to carry on going around, and I'm going to leave this bottom edge open so that I can start sewing that. And I forgot to thread my needle ready for this, so I have got some embroidery thread in a needle, and it's orange, so that will do. I'm just going to use this. That's not what I would normally use, but I wasn't as prepared as normal, which is, I
Nice.
know, I know, it's crazy, isn't it? I've had one of those. Well, I normally do, but embroidery floss I don't normally use. But hey ho, you wouldn't know really, would you? So I've run the needle up under the wadding and the mane, and I've just taken a little bit of the binding, and I'm going back over into the fabric, and then I'm catching I've actually got an embroidery needle as well, which doesn't work as good. And you catch the wadding. It is. I suddenly thought, why is that not going in the fabric properly? It's because it's an embroidery needle. And I'm just taking little stitches, and that is all you do. And that is how you can make a quilt a day in May. But let me show you why I'm doing this green one. Let's go back over here, because here I made some earlier. Now these, I've actually, I'm going to go zoomy zoom. I've actually embroidered around the edge. I've just done a running stitch with coordinate. That's why I had embroidery thread on. I knew there was a reason. And I've embroidered along there. So I wanted to show you something that I'm going to be doing later on. I'm going to be creating flowers with my hexagons, and I haven't taken my tacking thread out of that, but never mind. So I'm making these flowers, and then I'm going to be adding, oh, shall I put that there? See, I'm going to be adding leaves round in sections on the flower. Now, there was a lovely lady on Daisy and Grace Quilters who made like a table centre like this, and I loved it so much I want my own. So this is why I put these pack of fabrics together, and I thought I'd be using this, and I thought I'll give you a sneak peek of what I'll be doing later in the month of May. So that's that. I've done a lovely video on the half hexagons, because I'm going to be using all of the shapes during May. I'm going to be using all the shapes to create some lovely projects. So this is another thing I've made, and there'll be a YouTube video on that coming, because I've done it. We just need to edit it. That's the word I was looking for. Then I use the patches that I said to make the bonkers thing. So I've got something coming with those as well, because I thought that would be amazing. Then we've also got, I'm going to do a whole thing on pots. So I actually had this little one that Frank sat in, well, he wasn't at Sewing Street, but I sat Frank in this little pot. He doesn't like it, so it's mine. We're going to do some wine coolers and some can coolers. And then my mummy made me this lovely bowl as well. So we're going to be doing that. So I'm going to have a whole bowl thing. Loads to do. You can make stars, you can make wreaths, you can do hearts, all sorts of things. So throughout May, there will be lots of little YouTube videos, lots of free downloads, lots of inspiration, and we want to get you involved in our shenanigans. So do come and join us. If you haven't got the 1 3/4, you can use some of your other Daisy and Grace templates, but the free downloads won't work for those. But it's going to be good fun. And it's only just begun, so you can easily catch up with your one a day. So that's what I'm doing today. Woohoo! I'm done.
No problem. You're back
I
in the
thought I'd do
room.
that to let everyone know.
Thank you. That's good.
I'm
I
done.
like it.
I'm done.
I am done.
Awesome.
No, I'm staying.
Okay, that's fine.
I'm going to be sewing.
Well, you always do. These like 2 hours for you are usually quite productive because she'll start off with something and then by the end she's got off a quilt.
Well, shall I try and get what I was going to do done while everybody else is on as well?
Absolutely.
Why
Go
not?
for it.
Why
Myself.
the devil not?
Yeah.
Why the devil not? Right. And usually, I'm going to go second today.
Yes.
I know. Well, usually there's technical problems and I'm fighting fires. Today, touch wood.
Don't say it. Don't say it. Don't say it.
No.
Okay.
You're just going to go second. That's all it is. You're just going to go second. Yeah.
Go second, and that's it. And there's nothing to see here. So yes, I'm going to go second because Emma has. Well, we've got something that we. Have you seen our charm rolls? Let me just grab one from out of this box.
No, show me.
I got one here.
Let me get. Oh, have you?
You gave it me when we did the secret sewing cup.
Yeah, no, you see, they're the two. These are the charm rolls. So these are
okay.
ones.
I thought. Oh yeah, no, that's the mini charm one, isn't it?
Yes. So they're the patchwork rolls. Yeah, she had her eye on it while we were doing a.
I've got an idea for it. I've got an idea that I'm working on at the moment.
Actually, last time I was in, Stuart saw a load of stuff and he was like, "Oh, could I just?" That's gone as well.
Could I?
So let me put that under there.
Hayley.
What?
I know we're not saying anything yet, but I'll need one of them.
Okay.
What you're going to show us now?
This one.
Possibly.
Hang on, let me just.
I haven't even seen it yet, but I'm very excited. My head's just gone. Woohoo!
Oh, I've got an idea.
Okay, let me just.
If I don't know, I'll make that.
Let me just pop that there. So these are our charm rolls. They are 5-inch squares and they are made on a roll. Oh, hang on, I might have an echo. Have I got an echo?
Oh.
There, okay. I think I had one, but I think I've just killed it off. So these are continuous strip rolls, and the pattern changes every 5 inches. So you see there, pattern keeps changing. So there are 21 designs. There are 4 of each print on there. Now, this is something that we are discontinuing. We maybe use the patterns in another way, but we're discontinuing the charm roll because now we've got the swasher and we can just cut them out. It's all right, Nicola. If you want one, I'll make you one because I saw the sad face. But if you want one, we can make you one. That's fine. But yes, if it is one that we're kind of discontinuing, just because now we've got the swasher, we generally will just cut them out on there. But we've half priced all of the ones that we have. Now, I've got a few here, but I think it is a lot easier to see them on the web. Now, I believe I set this up ahead of time. Did I?
I just put a link on as well for you.
Bear with, caller. And now, I know I've got a few to take off because Emma did get there first. There's a lot of people who got there first today, and there's a few less than I thought there would be. But this is okay. So, if you have a look on our website, so this is craftyourselfsalini.com, then if you go to As Seen Live, then you'll find the Secret Sewing Club logo there. These are all the things we've got on today. Now, I'll come to the quilt in just a second, but if you have a look on here, you'll see those 21 designs that I was talking about on each roll, 21 designs, 4 of each. They are all laid out here for you, so you can see all of those patterns within the one kind of image kind of thing. So there are absolutely loads on there. There's not many of any of them. I think the most we've got in any one of them is about 4 or 5. But there are Christmas designs on there. There are Halloween designs on there. There are all sorts on there, and they've all been half price. So do go and have a look. Oh, I didn't know she'd put them on. I'll come back with them in a minute because I'll go and find the samples. They're outside the door, but kind of once you're going, you can't really stop. But yes, we did. Well, we've got an excess print on these. So we've got a few too many that are still kind of loitering about. So this is why she's half price those as well. They're usually £14.99. It's 12 meters of binding for £7.50. So that is an absolute bargain as well. Oh, sneaky animal print one on the end as well. So do have a look. I mean, there's Easter, well, past Easter, but you can get ready for next year. There's lots of kind of chicks, pastel colours, bunnies on there. Now, as you can see there in that diagram, it shows you all 21 of those designs. But when they come to you, they will be in the same roll format as I'm showing you here. So they'll all be kind of on a roll. And you can either cut them off and use them individually, or generally they're a bit more mixed up than this, because usually at the minute on this one, like all of those kind of minty green ones are in the same place, and then all of the cream ones are in the same place. But usually they're a bit more mixed up than that. So if you wanted to do a strip quilt, you absolutely could. Just bear in mind, if you are going to cheat, I apologise for my jumper. I put another one in the car that I thought didn't have paint on. That one also had paint on. So not doing well today.
Hayley, that's an incredible price because you've got the equivalent of 2 charm packs there, haven't you?
Yeah, hang on 1 second. I'm going to go back to everybody because I think it may be. Oh, where's everybody? It's black. Where's everybody gone? There you are.
There we are.
Tiny
it's
panic there. Oh, it's the one for later when we've got an extra guest. You see that one. Not everybody's in that one. So that's fine now. I'll put everybody back in that one in a minute. But yes, it is an amazing price. It's because it's one that we're discontinuing to make space for new ones that are coming. Not in that same format, not in 5-inch format. It's new 2.5-inch rolls that are coming. So
nice. Yeah, I was just because I was looking on your website. I was like, that's the equivalent of 2 charm packs. That's crazy.
It's a really good price.
It's like buy one get one free plus a little bit extra off. So yeah.
It's not bad. It's not bad at all. And because you're getting 4 repeats of each, they are quite nice. It makes kind of, I would say, a small single bed size. If you just sewed them all together, you'd get small single bed size. But if you want to add sashing in between either a 1.5 or 2.5, then obviously you can make that go a little bit further. I did promise there's a quilt kit. I'll do the quilt kit later because I'll go and find the finished sample one. But yes, there's a quilt kit, and I'll go and find those bindings as well. Well, more later. It's all going to be fine. I went out and I brought all the last of the rolls out the shop. They're still small, but we've got like pink Halloween ones. We've got like seaside ones with crabs on. We've got seasidey ones with palm trees and little upside down seagulls, right way up seagulls on, and palm trees on. We've got space ones. I mean, it's not going to be as fancy as your astronaut fabric.
No, I know, but I'm going to go and get the quilt. I'm going to go and get the quilt to show you. Just as a sneak.
Isn't it lovely one? That's all geometrics, pinks and blues. And I think that one's already gone, and I know that one's already gone. So I'm looking for them for an order. There's Christmassy ones, like Scandi Christmas ones.
Wow.
There's ones with mushrooms on. There's all sorts. There's literally all sorts there. So do have a dig about and have a look. Oh, see, here she is with our fancy astronaut quilt.
Oh, hang on. It's too big for me to get in shot, but hang on, let's get it the right way up. There we go. Oh, can you see? Look.
Oh, that's proper jazzy, isn't it?
It is.
That's a real blokey quilt as well. You know,
it is. It's difficult to make for men, isn't it? So yeah, this is usually the panel and the fabrics, and it's very. I can't really show you. It's too big. You can see it's
quite drunken to pass though, because obviously you've got like the earth and the moon.
That's it. Yeah, it's exactly what we've done. So on, where is it? That one there. Hang on. There you go. You can see that one there.
Yeah.
That's using. That's what I wanted the templates for, love. Why I needed the templates for.
Oh, them that we did
It's
the
our
other day.
Drunkard's Path set templates.
Oh, yeah, that
It
makes
uses it to make it look like Earth and Moon and stuff.
Oh, yeah, that makes way more sense.
Yeah. Got to fold it back up now.
I'm like, okay. That makes way more sense.
Yeah, that's tomorrow on Sewing Street. These fabrics, they're just
fancy.
gorgeous. Gorgeous.
Fancy. Well, do you want to go next? Because I want to go and let our guest in shortly.
Ah, right, I can do that.
And you girls haven't met Emma, have you?
No, we haven't.
No.
Lovely.
We'll see her in about 20 minutes, hopefully.
Oh.
Right, it's over to you, Sarah.
Me. Okay, Joe. Okay, doke. Cool. Hello, my darlings. So I'm going to whiz through the stuff that we've got so that I can do a little demo for you. I've got some half price things that we accidentally cut way too many kits for last month's Sewing Street because they sold out, and then we were like, why have we got all these left over? And so I put those on at half price, and I've put a load of yarn on half price as well. So as per usual, it's all on our website. It's which a lot of you know where our website is because you all pre-ordered John Scott's fabric this morning and sold me out in about half an hour. So it's going to be a little busy on Tuesday with all the orders, but anyway, so
once you finish doing your thing, if you want me to hop on the website and show everybody where everything is, I will happily do that for you.
Lovely, that would be fantastic, hun. Thank you. Right, so hopefully we're all over here, my darlings. Going to whip through the yarn to start with because I want to get onto demo for you. So we've got this little range by Stylecraft. It's called Soft Pastels. It's a yarn. It's an Aran weight. If I come up close, it's an Aran weight. Okay, it's half price. It was $4.95. Whatever 50% of that is off. Let me have a look. It's now £2.48 a ball. There were 6 colours, but somebody's already found the one colour and bought it all. However, it's beautiful. It's 50% cotton, 50% premium acrylic. So it will wash really well because that acrylic will stabilise the cotton, but you've got that beautiful cotton feel to it as well. There are 5 colours left. Blueberry, which I adore. It looks more blue on the website. It's not. It's like a warm grey colour. Really good one. That's blueberry. We've got lychee, which is the palest pink. Really pretty. That one is blackberry, which is a pale lilac colour. You've got apple, which is what it says on the tin, like an apple green. But I don't know if you can see, they've all got like this kind of fleck to them as well. So a very gentle gradation in the colour. And then the last one is lemon, which is not a baby lemon. Okay, the light's really bad here today. It's not a baby lemon. It's almost neon. It's a really beautiful summer colour. This would look incredible with denim in the summer if you can like crochet yourself a little top or knit like a little vest top to go over a nice t-shirt. Absolutely incredible with denim. It nearly came home with me, this one, frankly, because you know I like a bit of neon. So that's the Soft Pastels, all half price. Also half price is the Grace, which is, there's 2 colours in this. This is mohair, wool and acrylic. So you've got that beautiful, gentle sort of mohair look to it. There is almond and oyster. They were, how much were they? £5.15 for 100 gram balls. They are also Aran weight. They are, again, half price. So they're going to be down to £2.58 a ball. And I know we like, oh, it's coming up to summer, I'm not going to knit, but the cotton would look beautiful for summer. And then the last couple we've got, and I think there's literally only 1 or 2 of these left, so I'm just clearing them out. Again, it's Aran weight. It's the Stylecraft Impressions. This was $4.40, so it's going to be down to $2.20 a ball. This one is called End of Summer. And I don't know if you can see, that light is really, I'm going to have to shut the blinds. It's the most beautiful sort of summery colours. You've got corals, lemons, mints, blues in there. Really, really pretty. You'll see them better on the website. We've got parasol, which is, again, all the blues, touch of mint green in there, tiny, tiny little fleck of like a pink. There is water lilies. And I don't know if you can see on the band, it sort of gradiates like that. It's really, really pretty. All the different greens in there. And then that one is called Umbrella. And that is all of your sort of navies, sage greens, gentle, gentle blues in that one. Okay, so those are all half price. So I'm going to just whip those out of the way a second. Pop those in there. And then the other things we've got that are half price are the No Doubt pouch kits. These are the ones I accidentally miscut, and we've got way too many hanging around. We've got the bobbins and the flowers. They were £21.99 on Sewing Street, but they're down to £11. So this is the No Doubt pouch. Okay, it's got that lovely vinyl window in it, so there's no doubt what's in the pouch. Top zip in it. They're really, really handy. Sarah Jane uses these all the time because you can get loads in them. Let me just come back to the big oak head. You can get loads and loads into them, but you can also then see through. They're designed that you can get your fat quarters in like that, so you can actually see through and see what fat quarters and all are in there. So we've got the one that's called bobbins, which are all those beautiful little bobbin textures on there, slightly sort of steampunky feel to them, but all the different bobbins. And then there's one called Flowers as well, which is from a Moda range. It's called Lucky. You get exactly the same amount of fabric in them. So you getting all three fabrics in there, so you can decide which way around they go. You're getting interfacing, you're getting vinyl, you're getting a zip and a pattern for 11 quid. Okay, so there's those. Right. What else have I got to show you as well? These. Okay, so this is brand new in. Okay. And this is really interesting. This is what I'm going to demo today. So there's a new panel, which is like a cheats panel. Okay. So it's from Moda. It's called Pastel Prairie. And it's these beautiful big blocks that look like they've already been appliqued. Okay. So you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You get 12 blocks on the panel. Okay. They're all different. You can easily cut a 10.5 inch, giving you lots. It actually measures about 11 1/4. So you'd get a 10.5 inch out nice and easily. Okay. So you can see you've got all those different cheetah prints on there, as in cheats, not as in cheetahs, leopard cheetahs. But they make really, really beautiful. If you like that sort of Baltimore looking style, it's a really nice way of adding that feel to it without having to do all of that needle turn. It's a really, really pretty panel. Those are on there. They're brand new into the shop. They only came in about 10 days ago. And this we got in because it was interesting. I liked this idea. So this is another panel, but you've got all these different prints on here. I'm just going to close the blind a second to try and get the light right, because the sun is streaming in and it's drowning out the colour. If I do that, I'm hoping you can, there we go, you can actually see the prints now. So these measure 9 inches by 14 inches. Okay, so it's slightly smaller than a fat 1/8. However, you've got 12 different low volume prints on here. So you've got 1, 2, and then you can see this one goes over 3, 4. I'm sure it's 12. Is it 12? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. No, sorry, 9. 9? No, it can't be 9. 1, 2, 3, 4. No, it's 12. It's 12. But you've got all these beautiful prints. So it's like buying a fat 8 bundle, slightly less than fat 8. But you could, this then obviously all goes in with the Prairie Pastel bundle panel. And then to top it all off, I've done a little fat quarter bundle of the coordinating fabrics, which are on the website already. And these are, I think it's 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, there's 7 fat quarters there. So you've got what is going on? Why is the colour drained out today? There we go. You've got a beautiful pink floral. You've got a coral floral. You've got a blue script. You know I love a script. It's the most beautiful blue as well. It's like a proper cornflower blue. You've got a blue stripe, a peach floral there, a little tiny ditzy, and then you've got a green floor as well. Okay, so all of that would work really, really well together. So what I thought I'd do is show you what I would do with it. Okay, so we're going to have a little go at reverse applique today. I'm just going to, there we go. I'm trying to get the light right because it's really, everything's drowning out. We're going to have a little go at reverse applique today. Now that's even worse. There we go. For some reason, the lighting is terrible in here today. I love reverse applique because as much as I don't mind doing needle turn, I'm not a hand appliquer at all. Everything gets done on the machine, as you know. So I thought we'd have a little go at this. And what I've done here with this is I've cut one of those pieces out, those 9x14 pieces, and you could get, I'm going to use this as sashing in between the blocks. Okay, so I've cut a piece out so you can get 2 sashing pieces out of one of these blocks. Okay, so I've cut them at 4.5, and I've cut it big because when you do this little bit of reverse needle turn and reverse applique, it does kind of stretch and move the fabric a little bit. So what I would suggest you do is cut this much bigger. You want it to end up being 3.5 by 10.5. So I'm going to cut this at 4.5 by 11. Okay, so, and you can get, because they're 9 inches wide, you get 2 4.5s out. So I'm going to cut my backing piece out first, and I'm going to cut it bigger. Okay, cut it along there because we're going to square it all down afterwards. All right. Next thing I'm going to do is we're going to iron some guidelines into this. So just give that an iron. I'm also going to give it a best press as well, or starch savvy, whichever you've got. Just get that well starched to start with. So how are you all anyway? Is everybody okay? Are you all having a nice bank holiday weekend? Any of you doing anything interesting? Who bought John Scott's fabric today? Who gave in? Who bought it off Sewing Street? Because it's sold out in 18 minutes. And then you sold out our website of it, and you sold out Empress Mills's website of it as well. Right. Really good iron with some best press. Okay, so you've got plenty of starch in there. We're going to iron it in half that way to get a guideline like that. There we go. And then you're going to iron it the other way as well, so that I know where my center is of this piece. Okay. There we go. Now, I've cut myself I made myself a couple of little paper templates. The floral one, I literally used the panel. Okay, so I put a little piece of copy paper over one of the flowers. Where was it? It was one of the little ones, one of these little flowers, and I literally just drew around it. Okay, so I'm using that as my template for some of the reverse applique. Next thing you're going to need, so that one's going to be in the center like that there. Okay, next thing you need is a little scrap of white fabric, something that you don't mind. You're never going to see it. I had some here, now it's vanished. There it is. There we go. So you want a scrap of white fabric, and you want it to be a little. Hello. Oh, not me. All right, not listening to you, Hayley, don't worry. Right. I want this to be about 3 inches by 3 inches, as long as it's a bit bigger than the template. Okay, so it doesn't really matter how much. It could be 3.5, as long as it's just a weeny bit bigger. Okay, so I'm going to cut this out. So I've got a square. I would use a very, plain white or something very, very pale, because you don't want this to show behind your fabric. Okay, so we're going to start by doing that, just a scrap. Some of that, like this, I think was what was left off a panel of one of Hayley's panels when she'd printed it and I'd cut it out. These bits were the bits that left round. Works perfectly for that. Okay, so next thing I'm going to do is, again, I'm going to find the center of this one. So I'm going to bring it over like that, fold it in half and press it. and fold it in half again and press it like that. There we go. Now, I've done hearts and flowers, but you can do anything. You could do stars, you know, anything at all. So we're going to add that on like that. Okay, sort of dead center. I'm using those guidelines to get it nice and center. And then we're going to draw around this. Okay, this could be any shape at all. It could be stars. It could be, you know, just circles. You could do circles and then add lots of leaf shapes on as well if you want to echo the panel pieces. Who's done, I am keeping an eye on the comments, who's done reverse applique? Have you ever made our pie crust cushion kit? That uses reverse applique. It's quite a nice method if you're not a hand appliquer. You're all very quiet on the chats, all very, very quiet. Right, I'm going to bring this over to my piece I'm going to be working on. And I'm going to use those guidelines and you line them up with the guidelines. So I know that this one is dead center. Okay, so guidelines lined up there, and I'm going to pop a pin in. Okay, I would put a pin in, but I'm on my mat still because I'm an idiot. There we go. What we're going to do is we're going to take it round over to the machine and we're going to stitch on that drawn line all the way round. Okay, I'm going to drop my stitch length right down to sort of like 1.8, 1.5, 1.8 to get a really nice tight, neat stitch. Okay, so over we go. And hopefully we're over here again. So I'm going to drop my stitch right down. Like, well, there you go, 1.6, that'll do. And I'm going to take my time and really follow that line. So I've dropped my needle in to start. And if you've got any sort of curve, come on. Come on, why aren't you working? There we go. You're going to go nice and slowly. Take a couple of stitches at a time. The neater you can get this line, the better your reverse applique will look, okay? So this is a slow and steady job. I'll go around like that, and I'm just going to take my time and get... Now, when you get to a bit of a straighter bit, you can go a bit faster, down to the point, and round we go again. I can go a little bit faster on that, but I'm up at the curve now. So 2 or 3 stitches, and away we go. All the way around. So apart from watching us, what are you all up to today, this bank holiday weekend? Have you been out in the garden? Is the weather nice by you, or is it horrible? It was horrible yesterday.
Sarah, you've got loads of comments. I know your comments on Facebook aren't working, so you've got loads of comments.
Lovely.
Lots of people saying they missed out on John Scott's fabric.
We may
and through you.
Yeah. We may have a little bit more, but we won't know until we've fulfilled all the orders.
I know exactly what you mean, though, because the bolt says it's 10 or 12 meters, but you're never sure that it is actually 10 or 12 meters until you've got it.
I was saying the same to Nicola when earlier when a bolt comes in and it says it's 10 meters, we never put a full 10 meters on the website. We normally put 9 or 9.5 because you can't ever guarantee it's exactly 10 meters, and then people miss out. So once we've fulfilled all the orders, it's not even into us yet. It doesn't come in till Thursday, which is why I did put on our website pre-order. It would be dispatched Friday. We won't know until we've got any left until sort of like Friday afternoon. If we have got the odd half meters left or random meter, I will put it back on the website.
Sarah Jane Kennedy said she didn't watch on purpose this morning because she knew she would want it if she did watch.
It is very lovely.
Love for John's fabric this morning. Woke up at 6 a.m. to ensure I could get John's fabric. Might have a snooze this afternoon.
Oh, bless you. Yeah, I was talking to him yesterday about it because he was like, have you got it on your website? I said, yeah, it's on for pre-order. And he's like, oh, I'm worried that we're not going to sell out. I was like, you don't be daft. Of course you're going to sell out. And it did in 18 minutes. It was very excited. Right, what I've done is I've stitched all the way around there. Okay, just going to get rid of that thread, and now you've got to be brave and you've got to cut into this. Okay, so I'm just going to fold this over in the middle and give it a little snip, And then I want to cut away about 1/8 of an inch all the way around the inside of the stitching. Now, obviously, be careful you don't cut your stitching, but you're going to now cut around. Good sharp scissors are essential at this point, okay, because we're going to cut round. It doesn't have to be mega neat, okay? It's just getting rid of all that excess in the middle, but just be careful right by your stitches, okay? So let's get rid of this bit here.
Tell you what is really helpful for this as well. If you've got nice little small scissors, but if they're serrated, if they've got
yes,
serrated edges, because they just grip the fabric loads.
They really do. Yeah, yeah, absolutely. Or some of those little power snips, those are really good for this as well. So got rid of all that there. Pardon?
The squeezy ones.
Yes, yeah, they're quite good as well. And then I'm going to clip in, but like Hayley was saying, if you've got serrated ones, you don't even need to do the clippy bit, because that will almost pink it for you as well. But just clip in, again, being really careful not to clip your stitches. There we go. Right. How am I doing for time, lovely? Do you want to?
You've got a couple of minutes. You've got time to flip that one through.
Flip it through, yeah. Okay, and then maybe if we get a chance, I'll show you how to back it, but backing it is the easy bit. Okay, now this has got one that's got a lot of curves, this little floral, but it will work. You've just got to be a bit patient. So what you're going to do now is you're going to flip this through. You're going to push all of this to the back like that, okay, and pull it all the way through. There we go, like that. And it's going to look horrible at this point, okay? You can see it looks really bad. It doesn't look anything like a flower. What you need to do is you need to get yourself a nice, sharpish point, get your fang out, and you're going to roll that round those points, okay? So where this point is here, okay, I'm going to put that fang end or knit needle or whatever it is and push that out, okay? And then give it a little finger press. So I'm going to find that point there, okay, like that, and push that point out. And again, give it a little finger press. You're going to do this all the way round. Now, reverse applique is not a quick thing, okay? This is something you're going to take a little bit of time with, but it does give a really nice look to. And I thought just rather than doing, just a plain sashing piece, actually having something that's got a bit of a, a bit of sort of a decorative element would be really nice. So I'm then going to pull this all the way through like that. And before I iron this, again, I'm going to just roll that fang right the way through on all of those seams. There we go, like that. And what I'm doing is I'm trying to get the seam to sit right on the edge, okay? So I'm just rolling my seams as I go, like that. See, that one doesn't want to push out, so get your fang in there. And it's also one of the reasons we do a small seam allowance on something like this, so that you don't push your knitting needle or your fang through. Okay, go. See, that one is refusing point blank to push out. Push out, like, behave. It'll be all right once I've ironed it in a second. There we go. That one's good. Take your time, and then you can iron this. Okay, like that. And if when you iron it, you think, oh, that's not pushed out right, just again, push it, your fang back through. There we go. Pop that point out. And this is why you want your piece to be a little bit bigger, okay? Because all of this pushing and manipulation will stretch these edges. But it doesn't matter because we're going to square it down afterwards. So we're going to work our way through. There's another one there. Like that. And what you're making basically is a little aperture, okay, which you can then put whatever fabric you want behind. Now, I used fabrics from the Fat Quarter bundle because obviously they all tie in with this range. There we go. But I like a little bit of reverse applique. It's something, see, doesn't want to pop out. Pop out.
The same one. It's just absolutely refusing.
It's that one. It's just refusing. Same little. Right, behave. Come on. There we go. I got him. Iron him into submission. Here we go. And then what you've got then is that little aperture. Okay. And once I've ironed it all from the back, I'm going to give it a really, really good press from the front. And then you can audition your fabrics. So I've got some of the ones from the Fat Quarter bundle. That will then sit like that, okay, behind. And you can then, I've got fabrics that you can fussy cut and stuff, you can get them really nice and fussy cut with the aperture. Or I might decide I'm going to do the blue one and get, there we go, I've got Clothesline in Valley showing through, okay. I'm going to pin that in place, and then we're going to top stitch all the way round. Okay, so I'm not going to do the top stitching now. I'll do that off camera and show you later. But I'm going to pin that down like that.
I was going to say, you pin it in the middle there where there's...
Yeah, no, that wouldn't work, would it? I thought I got away with that, woman. I'm going to top stitch about an 8, well, not even that, a 16th of an inch all the way around. Now you can do that in a coordinating thread, or you could do a bit like Nicola did a moment ago with her embroidery threads. You know, she did that lovely running stitch. You could do it in decorative thread color. So maybe pick out the blue on this one, or if I'd put the coral underneath, you could use the coral. Once I'm going to pretend that one's top stitched, I will top stitch in a minute. I'm going to use that middle line up like that, and press again, and that's then going to be my line to line up my heart, and do exactly the same with the heart, and then exactly the same there as well with the heart there, which will give you, wherever it's gone, there it is, will give you that really nice little sashing piece. And what that's designed to do is then when you've cut these blocks down, there we go, let's grab that one there. If I go back to the big overhead a second, once you've cut these blocks down to 10.5, these little sashing pieces would sit in between and just add that little element, that little sort of decorative element, rather than just having a plain piece of sashing. Do those bits of reverse applique. You don't have to do 3 on every one. You could just do 1 heart if you wanted to, or 1 flower. You don't have to. You've got so many pretty fabrics on this panel. You could just cut sashing out of this if you wanted to. Okay, so that's it for me for now. Let's talk to our special guest.
Oh. Well, we've got 3 of us for the second, and then I shall
okay.
go 4. One thing I will say about the reverse applique is they're always slightly better off with a slightly darker fabric on the top, because especially if it's something really light and you're putting dark stuff underneath, you can sometimes kind of see it through. So either kind of line it first, so you've got like just even a cheap white cotton or something behind it, so you just kind of,
which is why I suggested putting the plain white as your reverse through, because that kind of helps. Because I'll put, what I'll do is I'll top stitch this on in a second off camera, but I then cut back all of this bit but leave the white, which helps that, you know. But you could use a
technique, but I think sometimes you've got to pick your battles.
Pick your colours. Yeah, absolutely. Pick your colours.
Right, let's get everybody. And
hello. That was fascinating.
Oh, thanks.
I'm a very like baby quilter. I've only just started because I've been kind of drawn to it, being next to Daisy and Grace at shows. Like, oh, maybe I do need another craft project. So
welcome to the dark side. Come on in, we have fabric.
That was so cool. That was really clever to watch. I've never seen that. Brilliant.
Thanks, that's really kind of you to say. Hi, nice to meet you.
Hi.
So Emma, who are you and what do you do?
Who are you? Why are you here? What's going on?
Exactly.
I'm Emma Hman, aka the Maker's Marks. That's my company name. I'm a needlepoint designer. So it's what in the UK we used to more regularly, we used to call it tapestry, but we tend to call it needlepoint now because that's what the Americans have always called it. And the American market is way bigger than the UK market. And because we all sell online, it's much easier just to bring it under the umbrella of needlepoint. So I design craft kits and I write craft books, which is a lot of fun.
A lot of work as well.
Lady.
It is a lot of work, but I really love it.
Yeah.
So my books are about stitches. Shall I start with a book? The books look like this. And I've written 2 books. I'm writing the 3rd one at the moment. The first 2 books have got 100 different stitches in. So they're all about decorative stitches, and you get lovely coloured photo of your stitch, so you can have a real good look at the texture and what it's going to be like, and then you get a chart, and then you get written instructions. So there's loads, tons of different stitches, because what we're used to for needlepoint, you do your traditional kind of half cross. So if anyone's done cross stitch, everyone kind of did it at school. You're used to doing an X like that, but you just do the one. So you're just doing the one diagonal stitch, and it gives you a nice, flat, smooth, lovely, kind of like painting by numbers. You're kind of filling it in, colouring it in as you go. And it's beautiful like that, really gorgeous, very hard wearing. In fact, I just came back recently from Winchester Cathedral, and we were looking at the church kneelers there that were all done in needlepoint stitches in the late 20s.
Wow.
And they're all going strong, and they're used regularly. Lots of bums on them, lots of knees on them, and they're still going strong. So it's incredibly hard wearing and fantastic. But once you start learning the decorative stitches, this starts to feel, well, it's nice. It's nice and it's very relaxing, very mindful. You get in a nice rhythm, but you can play with texture.
Thank you.
Nice and simple. Or you can play with stitches. So suddenly you can make a fur like really bubbly and a bit fun, and you can make a background kind of, there we go, move it closer, so you have a bit of an open stitch, so you can get a bit of the rise and fall on the canvas. The glasses, I've done a diagonal satin here, so it just gives them a little sheen, little 3D glasses. So it just means that you can buy any kit, and once you've got a stitch book like that, you can put your own spin on it. You could go, oh, you sit and you have a little ponder and you think, well, I want a bit of movement in that one, or I want something that's going to go a bit diagonal, or I want something a bit open, and you can just play, and it gets really exciting. So I have the books, and then the books also come as card decks. These are like the card decks that launched 1,000 card decks, because we did these with my publisher, and they've sold like nobody's business, because crafters, as we all know, we never want to stop crafting. So when we leave our houses, we want projects with us. So these are really handy for that, because you can throw a couple of cards, and the instructions are on the back, a couple of cards in your bag, and then bringing the book around. But so they went really well, and now my publisher has got them for everybody. So there's crochet ones, and I don't know if there's any quilting ones yet.
Disgraceful. Why not?
We should look into that. I keep seeing the crochet ones everywhere. I've seen some embroidery ones, but I'm not sure about quilting ones. If I've seen
them. You tell them.
We need to look into it.
Blocks, wouldn't it? You would have to do a block per.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, because they've done some brilliant crochet ones where there's different granny square patterns and things like that, and then you can mix and match them and stuff. So maybe there's something there, guys. So yeah, so these, I spend a lot of time doing this sort of stuff, which is fun. But I thought I'd show you some more of my designs. So this is my 3D glasses bear.
That's very cute.
In the kits, you get a printed canvas.
Love that one.
Yeah.
Very fun. All the fun of the fair. So the printed canvas has all the colour on it. You don't have to think. You don't have to count. You can sit in front of the telly, and if, like me, watching a lot of crime dramas, you don't want to miss the good bit, find out who done it. So you can just sit and kind of colour in and relax. But some people like to count, and because canvas is a natural thing, sometimes you'll get a tiny bit of drift every now and then. A lot of my designs have text in them as well, so you want to be a bit more accurate on those bits. So I always put a printed chart in as well, because some people like to count. And also, if you come from a cross-stitch background, a lot of people are so used to just doing counting that I've got customers who will just look at this and kind of ignore that I've done that. Is absolutely fine. So it's fun. It's a lot of fun. It's very relaxing. And I've done a lot of different fun and silly designs. There's one in that corner and one over here.
I love how modern and cool they are. I did years and years ago, I did an Emily Peacock one. It was just think it says love on it, but it all looked like fairground ones. But I haven't kind of done any since. But because very often you look at needlepoint and they're quite old-fashioned designs. So yours are so super cool and modern. I love them.
Thank you. Yeah. I think I love colour. I've stitched since I was little. I'm 44. No,
nobody needs to know.
No, I don't mind. I'm quite happy. Growing old is a luxury. It's a good thing. I don't have any problem. I'm 44. My mum taught me when I was about 6 years old. So I've been stitching for forever. But historically, what I was finding, aside from people like Emily Peacock, who was just chef's kiss, beautiful, gorgeous colours, amazing designs, very good friend of mine as well. I was just hanging out with her on Friday.
Oh, nice.
Largely in the larger commercial companies, you will find a lot of baskets of kittens, a lot of kind of pastoral scenes, a lot of
poppies or something. Yeah,
and that's fine. If that's your bag, that's great. It just wasn't my taste. So I kind of got to a point where I had stitched all the designs that I wanted. I did a lot of K facet ones, but I'd done all the ones that I liked with all the colour in, and I wasn't finding things that I wanted to do. So I ended up collaborating with an illustrator friend of mine and did kind of a one-off piece just for myself, just for fun. And knowing Emily, she kind of saw that I was doing it, said, well, you should be designing your own designs then, shouldn't you? Do you think? I was like, well, that would literally be the dream job. She was like, yeah. So she bullied me into doing it, basically, and gave me a right kick up the butt to do it. And here we are. See, a lot of my designs, you know, as a child of the 80s, a lot of my stuff is very nostalgia driven. So pick and mix sweets.
That mix up tape, I love that. Love it.
Finished, but I've done quite a bit. But
yeah.
Fortune teller fish. This was one of the first designs that I did. And obviously I sought permission to work on the design with Fortune teller fish. They thought I was completely balmy. It's still with a family-run company in the States, and they just do party supplies. So they do balloons and all sorts of lovely things that will go in party bags. And so they're so far away from kind of craft and textiles. They were like, are you sure that's a good idea? Guys, it's iconic. Everyone's going to love it. It was brilliantly funny. So yeah, that's one of my faves. Oh, fish lips.
Can I ask a question? Have you stopped decorating in mid-decorating to come and do this?
Yes. So that's going to be a reveal to you. I was going to hide it, but I thought you can get an exclusive today because I've not told anyone publicly why this is happening, and it's happening for an exciting reason. But you'll have to wait a little bit, and I'll tell you later. Remind me before the end. I will tell you.
In the background, and it's halfway done. I'm like, I think I literally just stopped.
I need to do 2 more coats on this wall here, and then all the furniture's moving across because I'm still. This is my craft room, so I still have to have this as a work. But there is a good plan as to why that's happening. Trust me.
Ooh, always upside down. Upside down.
There you go.
Welcome. Is that hexagons in that?
It is, yeah.
Yeah, like the the tiles that you get.
Yeah, penny tiles.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, Emma! Why haven't I seen that one?
I don't know.
It's
probably because we're too busy gossiping when we see each other. This one is one of the few ones that's actually counted, because actually once you do your kind of your gold outline stitches, you're just filling it in, and it's a dead easy one to count, this one. And then I've got my sugar mice. Again, retro favorite. Sugar mice were my childhood. My gran, who was a good but naughty influence on me, used to get a sugar mouse out of her pocket and give it to me. You imagine that as a small child, the amount of sugar that was in that. Bouncing off the walls, frankly. So yeah, I've got my sugar mice one as well. So obviously I've just shown you a lot of cushions, which is very much what we're used to with needlepoint. We're used to seeing cushions and things. I like to frame a lot of mine as well in colourful frames because they're fun.
Oh, I love that.
But really, with needlepoint, you can treat it as though it's any other piece of fabric. So it goes through a sewing machine really easily. It looks daunting when you see it because it's like a starched canvas, but it's a natural material. And once you've stitched on it, it does relax quite a bit. And you can treat it as you would anything else. So you can frame them, you can turn them into cushions. I've had people turn the mixtape. Actually, someone turned one of those into a bag. That looks really, really cool.
Oh, now
I've had people use them for the panels on the back of jean jackets. They look amazing. Patches, tags, ornaments, hangers, you name it, you can turn it into something. Now, a couple of my kits and more of my kits moving forward will start to have decorative stitches in. So I've got my You Can Do It, which if I move it up here, you can see you've got the textured decorative stitches in there as well. So this kit actually comes with some bonus stitch instructions. So you can hopefully, being cheered on with a You Can Do It from me, can experiment with some stitches and stuff as well. And then I've got one more framed one to show you, which I have just done a mega restock on, my popcorn kit, because this is one of the most popular ones at the moment. This seems to be everyone's favourite at the moment.
Yeah, it's lovely.
And I've just done a huge restock on the popcorn kit.
Lovely. So where can we find your kits, Emma?
So my kits are all on my website. So they're all on the website. They are available through some craft shops as well, but the best place generally is to find them on my website. I do sell through Etsy, although I think I've got that currently on a break. But my website's the easiest place. You'll get it quicker through my website.
And what is your website, Emma?
It's themakersmarks.com. Or
I'll
.co.uk.
go grab it and I will show you it very quickly. Your mic's still live, Emma, so you can talk us through this.
Oh, good.
So
and
what
the books and cards, best place for those is through Amazon.
Can I say, just make sure that you put the S on Maker's Marks, because otherwise you'll end up with whiskey. Or
if you're used to kind of stitching cross stitch and embroidery floss, and that can be a bit fiddly, and that puts a lot of people off stitching. When you're doing needlepoint, a lot of the time, certainly in the UK anyway, we use tapestry wool. So we're using a much thicker fibre, and it's a lot more forgiving as well. So it doesn't really tend to knot itself up. I find embroidery floss sometimes can just get a little bit too twizzly. Tapestry wool, it's lovely and sturdy, very forgiving, and you can get the most phenomenal colours in it as well. So that's a lot of fun. There's little kits on the website as well. I've got little fun ones.
Oh, look, the little shrimp, the foam shrimp. He's so cute.
There's a foam shrimp on the website that's very sweet. I've got the pick and mix bits from the Hello Sugar. A few of those are separate, so you can get cola bottles, and you can get the fried egg, and you can get the shrimp on their own as well, which are always really, really popular. And then I've got some ones that are kind of kid friendly as well. So I've got some acrylic ones where it's really easy to learn how to stitch, and it just gets people started. And so they're a lot of fun as well. And so that's what I spend a lot of my time doing. And even when I'm not designing my own kits, I buy other people's designs, like people like Emily Peacock, and then I stitch theirs. I call those my stitch holidays.
Oh, nice.
Because I can't stop.
Is the mixer tape back in stock now, Emma?
Pardon?
Is the mixer tape?
No. So mixed tape. Very sadly, all my designs used to be stitched with Anchor wool, and Anchor was bought and then closed by DMC, which broke my heart. But I have moved all of my designs over almost to Appleton's wool, which I love, and it's brilliant British wool as well, which is fantastic. So that is it was kind of a silver lining when it all happened. Yeah. Although unfortunately with the mixtape, they don't have quite close enough the colours on that one. So I have got some of the canvas only options. So you can buy the canvas for mixtape. There's a few of those left, the last ones. And then you can just go and find your own wools. And there will be a new version of mixtape that will come out. I'm going to do a recoloured version, and it's going to be quite different. And I think I'm going to have some hand-dyed wool in there as well from a friend of mine, Kaiti, the Yarn Whisperer. He's going to do something special for that one, which will be quite exciting.
But I do like fraud.
No, I'm doing this in the background here.
Tell me.
I'm going to be launching a podcast. Yeah, I know, guys. It's very exciting. You're the first people that I've told, like, out in the public about this. So this is why this is getting decorated. So no longer will I have the chintzy wallpaper behind me. It will be much more on brand. So it's going to be a white wall with lots of colourful frames and all of my stuff behind me, because I need a good background for my VizPod, as everyone's calling them, a visual podcast. So it will be myself and my friend Amanda, who lives in New York, and it is going to be a needlepointer's view from the two countries. So they're the two really large territories for needlepoint, but they have a lot of differences. as well as the similarities. So it's going to be the two of us making time to chat to each other because she's my bestie. It'll be a really nice excuse for us to talk needlepoint, and it's going to be quite exciting, I think. There's nothing quite like what we're planning. Exactly. Before long, that will start to happen. So it's just as long as, you know, as soon as I can get that painted, we'll but yeah, you're the first ones to know. Oh, no, cool. No, see, everything's deliberate. I don't just leave my painting supplies around for no reason. I was like, So, has anyone else tried needlepoint then? Obviously, I know you did.
Long time ago.
Yeah, long time ago. Yeah.
It's like school stuff and
not since the thing I did, the Emily Peacock years ago, which is probably 10, 11 years ago.
Yeah,
Quilting takes up all my time now. But it's, I mean, my daughter-in-law cross stitches loads. So
yeah, a lot of cross stitchers really love needlepoint. I think because you're just doing the one diagonal stitch and not having to cross back over the other way. As soon as they realise that, I think it's quite liberating. They can get in a real rhythm, and it means you can do much bigger pieces. And because you're stitching with the tapestry wool as well, you can do quite big chunky cushions, which I think could be quite fun for people. It's quite satisfying as well because it grows quite quickly, doesn't it? Because it's thicker wool and everything as well. Exactly. So, quite a satisfying thing to do. And it's very tactile as well. The feel of the wool and everything is lovely. Really, really nice.
Yeah, it's nice to do.
It is, it's what I spend my time doing. I've got my Lowry stand by the sofa, and I've always got something in it, stitching away. Love it, absolutely love it. It's the most relaxing thing. I saw someone with a sweatshirt the other day that said needlepoint cheaper than therapy. Not wrong. Well, maybe wrong, but it depends how much you're buying.
Well, yeah, I don't think quilting is.
No. Yeah. No. But we all have big stashes, don't we? I mean, I've got so much wool, and I buy fancy threads all the time because I'm always like, I see something that looks a bit different, or maybe like you can play with different threads. So double knit wool is the same thickness as tapestry wool, and sock yarn is really good on 18 count canvas. So if you're doing kind of the smaller, more detailed, fine stuff. So when I'm going to shows like Stitch Festival and Knit and Stitch, so I'll walk past one of the hand dyes stands. I could be stitching with that. Fantastic.
I've got ideas now for all the little bits because I love to knit socks, and you always end up with just a little bit, don't you? Just a little bit. Exactly. It's not enough to do anything with, but it's too pretty to throw away. So you've just got these little tiny bits, your little 10 grams left.
You could easily do yourself like a little sampler.
Might just have
all you'd have to do is you just gridded yourself in squares. You could do a different stitch in each one. So you could have lots of different textures, lots of different colours, and build it all up to make a cushion like that. Listen, it saves you throwing them away.
Absolutely.
It's practically recycling. It'll be good for the planet. I'm such a craft enabler. I'm like, it's fine.
It didn't take a lot to influence you to come to quilt as you go either, did it?
I know. Could you imagine? I've just started quilting, so I've only started doing kind of little bits and bobs. But yeah, it's quite addictive already. I've been hoarding fabric for years. So it was like, right, I'm going to start doing it. So I'm doing little hexagons at the moment and doing kind of hexagon flowers.
How cool would it be to have that, like your main fabric and wrap it round to have your stitched one? Oh, that would be very cool.
What would you go? Needlepoint.
Yeah. So you have the wadding and the back in is the cotton, but you set in like you do with your top fabric, Nicola. That would be really cool.
Wow. See the possibilities.
Emma.
And then it's to design you some ones that fit in like your hexes and your diamonds and stuff, so that you could.
I'm sure you could get a shrimp in one of them.
Yeah, I want some shrimp.
With the shrimp in there, it'll be fine.
Cola bottle, shrimp.
Shrimp, fried
Oh,
eggs,
so cool.
they'll all fit in hexagons.
Oh, a flying saucer. I used to love those.
Oh yeah, fabulous.
Right,
Yeah,
well,
they're back.
we will let you go, Emma, because we've got
All right,
about
my
half an
love.
hour left, and we've got to wrap some stuff up because I think there's some demos to finish off, isn't there, Sarah?
Yeah,
I haven't done it yet. Nicholas first.
Sorry, I've been distracted. I do apologise. Crack on.
It's quite all right. Well, we will.
Thanks for having me.
You're very welcome. You're welcome
Hey,
back
lovely.
anytime. Anytime.
Lovely to chat to you all.
yeah.
And maybe one day I will do reverse applique kind of window apertures in my stuff. You never know.
You never know.
Apertures would work with your needlepoint behind as well.
They would.
Yeah.
Just saying.
If there's a hole, she's going to put a shrimp in it. So
Yeah.
Nicola, it's your
You know,
turn.
not
Right.
On
Now
that
I've got
note, I'll pass it over to Nick,
Excellent.
Nicola.
Nice to see you, Emma.
Bye, Emma.
Bye, Emma. God, I love a foam shrimp, hun.
But oh, am I? Oh, I'm here now. I didn't get finished. Yeah, you can hear me now. Sorry, Pete. I didn't get finished what I wanted to finish, but I might do after when Sarah comes back. But I forgot to show you. You know, I showed you the little needle book. I wanted to show you how to cut the felt inside in one little piece to put in because my instructions didn't show you that. I tell you, but I haven't shown you. So let me show you how to do that. So I'm going to take, oh, Dave, I've left my rotary cutter next door. And so Dave is going to go and get my rotary cutter for me because I am, but I'm going to talk you through what I'm going to do.
Oh, Nicola, you're letting the side down. You're normally so organised.
No, I'm so excited about having Emma with us that I was just like, oh, but isn't her stuff amazing?
Oh, I love it.
It's really cool, isn't it? So Dave's just handed me my rotary cutter, which is great. I've taken some felt and I've folded and pressed it so that one of the side edges will be that fold. Now, you can't really see, but if I showed you that, you can see that that's wider. I can't find my words now, but we want to keep about 1/8 of an inch. Let's see, let's zoom in. Oh, there we go. You might just see I've got the template just about 1/8 of an inch past the fold. And then what I'm going to do is cut like this and move that. And then I'm going to move my board around. So I got hold of it still. Oh, it's moved anyway. Look at that. Best laid plans. And then I'm going to cut like that. There we go. So I've got this, and I've got a little tiny dink in my felt, which I'll just chop that off. I've now got a double hexagon. So what we're going to do is take 2 hexagons, and I should have joined these. Have I got some that are joined? No, girls, I'm really unprepared today. Yes, yes, yes. Because you don't want to see me stitch these together, do you? No.
You stitch. I'll go. So
Yes, perfect.
on the website before, when I showed you all of the charm rolls, we do actually have a quilt kit available as well. I shall maybe move out of the way of it this way. I got a chair today. I'm very excited because I never usually have a chair in here and I have to stand up all for the whole 2 hours. But today I have a chair, so I have to crouch down because the chair's low. So this is the quilt. Let me see if I can magically Oh, AI camera with a little thing. So this one, it is big panel in the middle. Then you have a load of charm squares that make that secondary border. You're getting the charm rolls include the honor rolls included as well. So you're getting 1.5 in grey, 1.5 in pink, and then a 2.5 in grey for the outer border as well. Now, if you don't like the pink in it, or you don't like the grey in it, and you want to swap one of those out, so you can't swap one within the kit because the kits are already made. But what you can do is just order an alternative 1.5 or 2.5 inch roll, and then you can kind of, just change the colours completely, because there are so many colours. Let me go the other way again. So many colours in this. You've got reds, you've got kind of emerald greens in there, you've got blues in there, you've got all that kind of, the darker foliage that you could pick up on. Lots and lots of colours in there. You could pick any of those out and make it work. So, I mean, if you did go for a kit and you did want to change the colour out, you want to add an extra roll in, then let us know. And if you prefer blues or you prefer greens, you can just tell us and we'll kind of recommend which ones you should maybe go for instead. So we have that quilt kit as well. It's the same as Sarah did. We went on Sewing Street, we made a few extras. Ta-da! There's a few, and this is how they will come. So, not only do you get the panel with all of those charm squares and that border that's in there as well, that's all included as well. That's all on that one massive panel. You get the 3 rolls, so the 2.5 and 1.5 in grey, 1.5 in white, but you also get a huge chunk of backing fabric as well. So if you did want to kind of switch things around, you've got plenty in there to be able to do that. Nicola, how are you getting on, my lovely?
Oh no, no.
All right. Well, no, Sarah's not there either.
I'm here.
There you go.
I'm here. I was just answering.
We'll just all be 3 together, and then Nicola can have a little stitch while she's.
You're chatting.
Well, I can show them. I've top stitched around that bit of applique.
Okay,
If you,
I can
just go through that.
That's no problem. There you go.
Oh, hi. Hello. Give Nicola a chance to finish stitching. So, well, hang on, let me go to the really close up. So I've just top stitched all the way around that one. Okay, now I've used a coordinating thread, but you could absolutely, you could add a decorative stitch around this afterwards. If you like hand stitching, actually a little bit of long stitching with an embroidery floss or something would look really good. Or you could do it, another line of stitching round in a coordinating colour. But I've just top stitched that down now, so those pins can come out. Now you can see you've got a lot of excess here. Okay, as Hayley was saying, if that white wasn't there, this blue, and if I do that blue, you'd see behind. Okay, so I'm going to leave the white there because the white really won't show, and I'm just going to trim back just the darker fabric. Again, don't go so close to your stitches you clip your stitches, but you can cut back all of that excess off so you've got less showing. And then I've got a piece of wad in here that I thought I'd show you. When you wad it up, you really won't see anything, and it doesn't matter if it's quite, I mean, look how raggedy that is. It really doesn't matter. Okay, then when you quilt this up, when this is part of your quilt, that white will just protect this cream or whatever color you're using, so you won't see any darker color that you can see here on this one. I haven't trimmed this one back yet, and you can actually, I don't know if you can see, but can you see, you can actually see that bit of peach through. So if I trim all that away, like I did this one, you won't see it and it'll look really nice. You can add as many or as little into your sashing as you want. Like I said, I've just used those 3. I think this is a beautiful, beautiful fabric. Somebody said earlier, I noticed on the comments with the panel, this panel, I mean, it's $12.99. It's a really, really good size panel. What is it? It's 36 by 44. You don't even have to put anything at all with this. You could just put like a border, pick one of the colors, put a border around the outside, wad it up, and then quilt into this. You could stitch in the ditch down these dotty lines. You could then, just stitch round some of these to make them pop. you could use some, again, decorative stitches or embroidery threads, and long stitching on this to give it that shabby chic look would look absolutely beautiful. You know, get a nice sage green and a slightly darker tone, and just do a nice running stitch round to give it that sort of hand stitched look. The panel by itself for 12 quid, I mean, that's big enough to make just a lap quilt by itself. You don't have to cut it up and do anything with it. It's so pretty as is. In fact, actually, if I come back to here, I don't know, you can see, is there? I've hung one up behind me. You know, just as like that with a nice border, and bind it, stitch into it, have it as like your summer out in the garden of an evening hand stitching project would be lovely. And I think it's really lovely and fresh as well. Really, really pretty. So, but yeah, reverse applique, super, super easy to do. Have a little go, because it's very forgiving. It's very forgiving, and you can do any shape that you want with it. You know, it could just be an oval, and you could really fussy cut something for the centre. So,
perfect.
That's it. Yeah, back together. How you doing, Nicola? You all right?
Did
we put you under pressure then, love? Oh, I forgot to show you this.
Oh,
I've got something else. There's something else I forgot to show you. Sorry,
Oh.
I was so busy with reverse applique. Sorry, love.
Okay.
This
I'll
one.
put you back.
Oh, hang on. I'll go to the overhead. Sorry, I forgot to show you this panel as well. This was a new one that we had come in for. It's a really beautiful kids panel. So the squares on it are, what are they? They'd be, if you cut them at 6.5, they'd be really lovely. This could be like a where Hayley's going on holiday next. Because you've got Barcelona, Sydney, you've got all the different places in the world, Tokyo, London.
It's a busy year, and I've been to London so far this year. That's the only one I've managed out of your panel so far.
No, Rio, Mexico, Nairobi. You got New York, Montreal, Rome, Reykjavik. I love this one. I love the Reykjavik one. Look at that little puffin. He's so cute.
I love a puffin.
But really, I think this would be really, really beautiful. Again, kids panel. You could just border it up, but these, because they'd cut down to 6.5, you could mix and match them with some, bright solids. Oh, those rainbow fat 8s that you had, Nicola.
yeah.
That would work beautifully with this. You could just put some nice different coloured sash in, make a beautiful play mat or kids quilt. I like the little koala bear on Sydney.
Oh.
It's just really cute, really, really super cute panel. So that one's is there as well on the website. For those
Could
of
that
you.
one be made into a soft book?
Well, talking of soft books,
Very
this one. I wasn't going to mention this one because I thought I've shown enough, but this is actually a soft book. What a world! And it actually makes a soft book as well.
Oh, so is
There you go.
is it the same panels?
It's the same, all the same designs. Yeah, so
Okay.
you've got all the same designs in there. You've got Paris, Barcelona, yeah, all the same designs. But this one is just laid out ready for you. I've just noticed Godzilla on Tokyo. He's love him.
But is there a prawn?
He's not eating. No, why isn't he? Should be eating a prawn. There's a is it a fried egg on Tokyo? No. Oh no, it's the of the Y. But yeah, it's a little bit of konnichiwa and stuff. Oh, I just realised it all says how they say hello on every one as well.
Oh.
That's really cute. Look, so bonjour for France, salut for Montreal, cheerio for London, cheerio.
Oh.
And then, of course, obviously you've got your instructions on there as well. So there is a soft book panel that goes with it. I was going to leave that one, but you
Spoiled it.
No. You gave me a perfect in, love. Perfect in.
Nicola, how's your sewing done?
I'm ready. I found 2 demos that I forgot to show earlier, so they're only quickie ones, so I might get both of them done. I don't know.
Amazing.
Go for it. You can
Go
go
for
for
it.
it.
Let's go for it. Let's go
You
for
ready?
it. Yeah, ready. So thank you. I've stitched my 2 hexagons together. I haven't decorated these ones because I haven't done my embroidery, but I've stitched 2 hexagons together, and I have cut, as I showed you before, my 2 felt hexagons. Now, if I was to lay that on there, they'd match the edges of the hexagon. So what I did was I've got this folded in half, and then I've just taken a slither. Well, I'm going to take a slither off all of those edges just with my scissors. Just going to eyeball it. I'm not taking much off, just a little bit so that it will sit snugly inside my hexagon. So that's all I've taken off is this. And I'm going to place that on my back hexagon like that. And then I'm going to open it out and I'm going to grab a couple of pins and put a couple of pins in there. And you can see I've pressed that center line, and that is what I'm going to stitch. So I've got some embroidery floss with a knot in, and I'm just going to go through the back there, and I'm going to just do a really quick running stitch. Let's go to this so you can see me do a running stitch. Now I'm not going all the way through the hexagon to the other side. I'm just doing a running stitch through the felt and through one part of the hexagon. So it's a really nice, easy project to do, and a great way to start your May challenge because it's a nice little project. Nice little project. So that's all I'm going to do is do that running stitch to the end, and look how quick that is. I'm nearly done. Nearly done. 2 more stitches, I think, and that will be it. And then I will show you my little needle case. And then I can have a needle case for my proper needles and a needle case for my embroidery needles, and then I won't forget which is which. I did earlier. So that is my first. Let's just let me run that through there. Cut that off. Go to the overhead. Take my pins out. Really little simple project to do with a couple of quick as you go shapes. I've got a little needle book now, and I might go and embroider that as well. But my other demo I wanted to show you, which I was trying to get this stitched up into a flower, but I'm not quite there. Although I have got my two leaves going on that's going to go into there to create, or something like that. Oh, I'm going to create some leaves around my plants. But you see this, I don't know if I've done a running stitch around these, which is a decorative way of sewing your Quilt As You Go shapes. So here is one that I folded over the edges and I've tacked, and that's all I've done. I've only just tacked it. What I'm going to do is actually secure these edges with a running stitch, because you can do that because you've got the double width of binding. Let's go to this. Because you've got the double width of binding here, if you start sewing, even though this bit is flappy, none of your fabric is going to come out there. So all I'm doing, instead of doing the little edge stitch, I'm just doing a running stitch. I'm going through the binding, I'm picking up the wadding and the main fabric. I'm not going through to the other side because I tried that the other day and it was a bit messy on the back. I didn't really like it. So all I'm going to do is this. Now there was a lady in America who did a Quilt As You Go quilt, doing this method using embroidery stitches. Now you can use any embroidery stitches really to secure this, because as long as it's secure, job done. So that's as easy it is to complete your hexagon with an embroidery stitch. So if I bring this one in, you can see that I've done some running stitches on this one, and this is the back of my little sewing book, and I actually did a chain stitch on this side and a blanket stitch on that side. So you can really play with securing your bound edges with different types of embroidery stitch, which is something I've not really played too much with until now. And now I'm like a bit obsessed, really, because it's quite a nice thing to do. So yeah, weren't they nice quick demos?
Nick, I tell you what you could do as well. If you put a few more pages in, you could do like samples of all the stitches and have yourself a little reminder.
Yes, that's a really good idea.
So keep it on the felt. It's just easy to stitch into.
Yeah. No, that's a lovely idea. I was just thinking of something little that we could kick the May challenge off with, that they could use an extra couple of hexagons and make a little project.
I have another question regarding the May challenge.
Oh, yes.
Is it like you make one per day, but then the projects that you're showing them, is that like for 1 and for 2 and for 3 and for 4 and for...
Oh, no, I'm not that
clever. As it goes.
I'm not that clever. No, it's what it is you can start off, and I said just raid your stash or like buy some of the beautiful fabrics that you've both got, and just start making them. And as the month goes on, I will be giving you different projects. So you could decide what you're going to do at the end of the month to collate them, because something might take your fancy more than the other thing. I started with the bag, so that is 30 odd pieces, so that you could make a bag in a month. So that's why I started with the bag. Here, I've got that here. So I started with that. But there are going to be lots of other different makes during the month. So you might start on that, and then you think, oh, I've made those hexagons, but I'd rather do that project. And you can switch it up. So yeah, there's lots going on, and yeah, it's complete U-turn on what we were going to do. as my silly head makes me do these things.
Well, we all start out with a great plan.
Absolutely, and then you go off on a tangent. Oh, that's a good idea. Let me see what happens when I do that. I think all crafters are like that, aren't they? I'm sure you guys are at home as well. You start something, you think, oh, I could do that with that, and you just start a totally new project, and that one gets left.
Well, I do this thing called project postcards every month on my Sunday Stitch Up, and the other month, I can't remember if it was this month or the month, but I don't know where I am, but I give a free download on how to do the project postcard and things. But that month, I think it was Square Root, my one's called Square Root. I actually took you through the journey of what I started with and what I ended up with, and everything in between, because it's just like you're the same, aren't you? It's just like you start on something, you go, oh, that would be good, I'll do that, and then you're doing that, and then that goes on to something else, and you're like,
I remember going to a quilt exhibition for this is about 3 or 4 years ago, in Cheltenham. Cheltenham quilters had their little annual quilt exhibition, and I was visiting my mum, so I popped in to have a little look. And they'd done this incredible challenge, which I thought was really, really cool. So the first person, it was a bit like a round robin, but not quite. So the first person was given a title. So say it was Seaside, and they had to do like a 6.5-inch block, whether that was a traditional patterned, or whether they used fabric, or whether it was a stitched picture or anything. And then they passed that on to the next person, or a photo of it to the next person. The next person had to use that as their inspiration. So it might have been that they'd used lots of blues and yellows. So it went from Seaside to maybe, I don't know, it was just a blue and yellow block. It was a star. And then the next one was the lady had done sort of like an embroidery that was all like a moon with stars and everything. So that nobody knew what the initial there was the first person that knew what the initial prompt was, and everybody, I think there was about 20 ladies, and you could see the what's the word, not delineation of the idea, because the next person only got a picture of what the previous person had made, and they had to make something inspired by that. It was such a lovely challenge. It was so different, and everything was so different, and the end one was so different to the first one, but you could see how it all followed on. It was very, very cool. It was a really lovely idea. Yeah. Very difficult to do on here, mind, because everybody watches the first thing. But if you're in a group, it's a really good idea for a challenge for your group. Yeah. Cool.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm just trying my hardest to be able to show you.
Sarah,
that'll do it. That's what's going
Sarah's on her own on the screen, by the way.
I know. I did kind of switch her over because I'd kind of wandered off over here. I was still listening, but I thought it was food. So what I was trying to do was there was one more thing that was on our website that yes, there were people asking how do they, if they've seen something they like today, how do they get it? So you need to head to everybody's individual website so you can see. So I'll just put Sarah back up for a second. At the bottom there, you see White Gecko Craft Lounge. That is Sarah's website, and that is where you will head if you want any of Sarah's products. And exactly the same, Daisy and Grace for any of Nicola's, and Craft Yourself Silly for any of mine. So if I go and find, we haven't done either of yours yet, so let's go and find them. There you go. So anything that's been on today, let me just do a quick whoop, there we go. So anything's been on today, if you go on to, after any of Nicola's lovely products, you go on to Daisy and Grace, and then find the Secret Sewing Club category. Everything will be in there. So you can see, you've had a sell out, young lady. The mishmash Daisy square patches, the greys, the bag patterns, all of the templates, they are all on there. Obviously, anything else, you'll need to go into the website itself and have a little kind of look around on there. But mainly, anything that she showed me today will be in the Secret Sewing Club little folder or section. And then in White Gecko, if you head to the homepage, then go to shop. And then, there you go, Secret Sewing Club. And all of the products will be on there. Oh, you can see those yarns much better.
Yeah, you really can, can't you? The light, because it's so sunny here today, the light was really not great.
Just kind of bleaching them out, wasn't it?
Yeah, but you can really see them on screen. They're really, really cool.
Yes, and don't forget we had our lovely guest Emma. There's her kind of needlepoint kits there as well. Everybody loves a shrimp.
The shrimp sold out. I went to buy it and it's sold out. The kit.
No.
I need it. I'm gonna have to wait for it to come back in stock. I need it.
Hurry up and finish, as I'm going live in 5 minutes. That's from John.
John's got an announcement. Apparently, there's a very important announcement.
Well, he's gonna have to wait till we're done. If he says no, then I will. So, sorry, I do have one last thing that I do need to show you. So, we have the placement bindings. So, this is the placement binding. So, the binding will fold. I'm trying to get it precisely. So, you either get one pattern or the other. I had to put the white paper on there because the black was just bleaching everything out. So on this one, you get either the pink, or you get everything actually. You get the pink and the blue in the flowers, but then on the other side, you've got the little bears. Let's put them the right way up. You get the little bears. Oh no, it's right way up and wrong way up. You get bears and ducks, or, see, it's the black. There you go. The blue and pink flowers. Another option, I do the same again and just put it on that little edge. You've got the really nice kind of soft florals, so you can use the blue side or you can use that kind of neutral side, and then on the opposite side of those, so your quilt would be like that. You'd have that tiny floral print on one side and this on the other, or you would have that kind of more muted tone one. And let's bleach it back out. Can't really see that. It looks a lot more colourful here than it does on there. It's just, again, as soon as you see the black come on the camera, it just bleaches it all out. And then the last one, which I think is the most funnest of them, is this one. So you've got a tape measure, on one side, and then a little kind of cross stitch down the other, and on the back, hide the black, there we go, we've either got buttons or a little row of pins. So just something a little bit different in terms of bindings, and just, you know, why the devil not?
They're cool.
Have you not seen them?
No, where
They're
have I
really
been?
cool, aren't they? Yeah.
I love that tape measure one.
Have I
and
been
the-
hiding all the good stuff from you?
Not that it's much use to quilt as you go because you don't.
No,
No.
it isn't.
But
We
you
would,
know that,
we would
that
have
thing
to,
about.
we would have to print the outside fabric, but then make it so when you folded it, there was a tape measure.
There's ideas
Nice
happening.
one!
Look at the little thing going. I can hear the cogs going from here. She's like, oh.
Oh, no, I dropped my glasses.
Hang on, let me put it back and I'll show you. So, if, hang on, I need that there so you can see. Focus! There it goes. So, if you had your shape,
Yeah.
inside fabric could be anything you like, but you'd have to print the outside fabric because that's what makes the binding. So you can print the outside shapes, but we would print the bits on so that you had like a bespoke.
Yeah.
Mine's
So yeah,
blown!
hexie, you'd have a line, wouldn't you? Because you'd have your hexie, and then you'd have a line for your binding, and then a little bit so it folds in and in again.
Yeah.
Oh, you're going to be busy when you come back from Chicago, Hayley. She's glitching. Uh-oh.
Oh,
Okay. Can we work on it when I get back though?
yeah. Okay. Yeah. Because you've got important things to do now.
I've got
As
to
well.
work. Yeah.
Yeah. And to play.
And we've got. I think I'll finish at 59, and then he's got a chance, hasn't he? We have to use our phone. It's just, I mean, we could finish now. I'm only doing it to wind him up.
Oh. I don't do that because he might not like me when he meets me in real life.
Oh, I'm sure he will.
He will.
It's just me that likes to stir.
Oh.
And I'm only doing it because he hasn't invited me to his birthday.
Oh, but can we? Are we allowed? Are we allowed to tell people?
Yeah, why not? Yeah,
I
absolutely.
forgot about that.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah, go on then. You can do it.
Yeah. So obviously we did a secret sewing club collab on Sewing Street, myself and Hayley. All three of us are going to do one. We've booked in 2 dates, one for June, end of June. We think it's going to be the 30th. We just have to get that confirmed, but the plan is the 30th. And then again on the 21st of September. And all three of us are going to do a collab.
Wow.
We're going to do a secret sewing club takeover on Sewing Street.
Very,
Maybe we'll have John.
Yeah.
Yes.
he might decide to rotor himself off that day.
But all good news, all good news. Right, I am going to get off because it's 4 o'clock and we do not want to kind of,
I've got to go and pack because I've got to drive to Redditch now, ready for
Oh,
Sewing Street in the morning.